What is going on? Good morning. This is Andrew, known as Zero Draw Drew, Pip Catchers Administration. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated, put this content out every fucking day, baby. So let's get into it. It is Sunday, December 12th, 2021, 9:15 in the morning. Pretty much the last week of the fucking 2021 year. So let's make it a good one. So let's get into it. So we already marked everything up, so we're just going to go over everything for you guys. If you guys got any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, instagram.com/zerodrawdrew. If you need me to clarify anything for you guys, I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So let's get into it. Gbp Usd, as you can see, we have been bearish in the previous weeks, right? So as you can see, what happened last week is we pretty much ranged all week, right? But we are bearish. We pretty much found support at this 1.31900 key zone, right? So if you look on the daily chart now, we've been pretty choppy. We had, it's been kind of in this range for this past, 2 weeks now. But as you can see, we came down to this support level and we're starting to make our turnaround pretty much. So all buyers' liquidity pretty much is above this 1.33700 key level, around that level, 500 key level, which is this level right here. So I do think that we might want to push up to that level and even up to that level, depending on how we react to that level, right? So on the hourly chart, as you could see, we've had this consolidation for the last week, which was pretty frustrating to trade, to be honest with you. But we did what we had to do, right? So basically, we still need a little bit more price action before we make any decisions on the hourly chart. We do have this range right here. As you can see, we are sort of starting to form a pattern, but not really. So you just really want to wait for price action to form. But keep in mind that we are starting to turn around on the daily chart. So we might want to just look for buy opportunities, right? So on the hourly chart, the key levels listed are down here, this 1.32600. We're also watching, a retest of that level, so on and so forth. You could even drop it down to the 15-minute chart to see what's going on there. So on the 15-minute chart, as you can see, we got sellers over there, we got sellers down here, so you just want to look for a reaction to one of those levels and trade, towards, the direction you want to trade. So overall, Gbp USD, right, on the weekly chart, we've been indecisive, right? On the daily chart, we did find support at this 1.31900 key level. We're starting to make that bounce, right? So right now we're looking for price action on an hourly chart. There's not really any reasons to look for buy opportunities yet. So you just want to wait for price action to form on a 15-minute chart. Maybe look for bear traps to these levels listed. Like this level right here, this 1.32600. We're also watching this 1.32400. So just look for price action and wait for, the move to set up and trade towards liquidity. So that is Gbp USD. Euro USD, similar story. On the weekly chart, we have been in this range, kind of similar to Gbp USD. So, it's kind of hard to catch these moves, but we got to do what we got to do, right? So overall on the daily chart, right, on the daily chart, we have this U resistance. As you can see, buyer liquidity was not grabbed above that 1.31850 high. So we have been in this range, just like Gbp USD. One thing that I do notice is on Euro USD is we do have this crown-like pattern right here. We did trap bulls above here, so if we do get a bull trap above this trend line and this key level right here, this 1.13300 key level, maybe look for the short opportunity down to the 950, down to the neckline, at the 630, so on and so forth. Or, just because, I'm sorry, I might be confused. I'm thinking about too many things at once. But so you got to kind of look out, right? So Euro USD, right? It looks like it's heading towards that 1.13850 high, right? But it is in this range, so it's kind of hard to tell. But all buyer liquidity is above that level. All seller liquidity is below this level, right? So You could look for potential bear traps to that level for the buy opportunity, back up to the buyer liquidity overall at that 850, or, you know, if we get bull traps to this level right here, you know, that key level, that 300 key level, say if we break out, we trap bulls and then come back into this trend line, look for the short opportunity down to this level, then down to this level. Make sure you look for a reaction to that trend line as well. If we drop first and then trap bears into this level, we could look for the buy opportunity up to the levels listed. So you guys just want to play it by day, right? We're going to go over everything one more time before we wrap everything up. So if you're a little confused, stick around and we'll do what we can do, right? So Gbp Jpy now. As you can see, overall, we are bearish on the weekly chart. The past week, we have just been pulling back. We talked about this in last week's analysis. If you want to check that out, you can go do that, right? So like I've been talking about, you know, U resistance starting to form here. So, you know, bears were trapped over here like I talked about in the last week's analysis. We came back into value. All buyer liquidity pretty much is above this trend line and this 900 U resistance. So there's a possibility that we see bull traps above that level. Once we get the bull trap above that level and we come back into value, I think overall we do want to drop to this major support level, but first we need more buyers price action before that happens. On the hourly chart, what I do notice is, you know, that's that, you know, U resistance up here and that trend line right there. But within the trend, right, I do see this crown-like pattern starting to form. So we can see potential bull traps to this 150, 750 high. Say we get a breakout above that level and we come back into value, you could look for the short opportunity to the levels listed, right? Maybe here, and overall, you know, the crown low. So if we drop first, you know, look for bear traps down there for the buy opportunity up, or, you know, if we trap bulls up here, look for the sell opportunity down. So that is Gbp Jpy. We're going to go over everything one more time. Also, guys, you know, we're getting close to the holidays right now, so you want to keep that in mind. So that's what might be causing, you know, this consolidation, you know, these indecisive days. As you can see, you know, on the daily chart, we've been going back and forth here, back and forth on all the other pairs. So you just want to keep an open mind to that stuff and just play with the levels that are listed, right? So you just want to react. You want to measure your trades, get, you know, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, however you trade, you know, call the trade and then just move on, right? It's simple. Keep it simple, guys. So that's Gbp Jpy. We're going to go over everything one more time at the end, so just stick around. Similar story, right? We've been consolidating on gold, right? No, not Gbp Jpy. This is gold now. So gold, we've had an indecisive week. As you can see right here, we found support at the 1766 on the weekly chart. We've been indecisive, right? On the daily chart, what I do notice is, and I've been talking about this too, we do have this crown-like pattern, right? So all buyer liquidity is above that 1813 high, right? All buyer liquidity is above that 1813 high. You know, on the hourly chart and on the daily chart, we've been going back and forth like I was just talking about. So you just want to play it by day. So when we drop it down to the hourly chart, it looks like we got a lot going on, right? I know it looks a little confusing, but this is the market conditions we are dealing with right now. So we have to just deal with what we got, right? So we just have to zoom out kind of and then break it down in, right? So on the weekly chart, like I've been talking about, we've been indecisive. On the daily chart, we have this crown pattern. All buyer liquidity is above that level. Now, if we zoom in on the daily chart, we got this impulse wave that took out that bearish wave. So we might be moving towards that buyer liquidity level at that 1813 high, right? So on the hourly chart, as you can see, there's that impulse wave that we got last week, right? So buyer liquidity was not fully grabbed above that level. So it looks like we might push above that trend line in the beginning of the week, right? So on the 15-minute chart, right? On the 15-minute chart, what I do notice is we got that impulse wave, right? So now we're just looking for a reaction to these support levels listed. So all seller liquidity is below the 1779 key support. So maybe we could find bear traps for that, you know, buy opportunity up, back up to the trend line. and that major resistance level. But you just got to keep in mind, play it by day and react to the levels you see, right? So all buyer liquidity pretty much is above this high and this trend line. So you do want to just keep in, you want to look out for that. Just react to what you see, right? So that is it. Let me just go over everything real quick one more time. That way, because this week seems a little confusing. Also, when you see weeks like this, guys, you just want to kind of, minimize your risk. When you see weeks like this, you want to just minimize your risk, get your 1-to-1, 2-to-1 risk reward ratio and just move on. Keep in mind that holidays are next week. You don't want to ruin your holidays before they start. So just, play the game, have fun, do what you got to do. So let's go over everything one more time before we wrap this up, right? So we'll start with GBP USD because we just did gold, and we'll work our way back down, right? So GBP USD, right? GBP USD, like I said, everything has been in a range lately, but it looks like we're starting to turn around. We got that doji candle at this support level, right? On the daily chart, we did find support at that 900 key level, and we're starting to make our bounce, right? So as you can see on the daily chart, it is forming that U just like all the other pairs, right? So all buyer liquidity pretty much is above that 1.33700 high, right? So we look bullish in the short term, right? On the hourly chart, it doesn't look like we have any reason to buy at the moment. We need a little bit more price action, but we're looking at these levels listed, right? So you want to drop it down to the 15-minute chart and look for a reaction to, say, this level. But overall, I think we might pull back down to this 430 key level, look for bear traps to the trend line and the level for the buy opportunity up to the trend line and these levels listed, right? You just want to play it by day and look for the levels that are listed, right? So on the hourly chart, the key levels really are above this 1.33500 high. I think eventually we do want to push through that level into this 100 level, and then we'll react to the trend lines listed above, right? So that is GBP USD. Like I said, I feel like I have to say it 1,000 times. Indecisive, made our bounce at this level. We need price action on hourly chart. On the 15-minute chart, we're looking at these levels listed. Okay, boom, we're moving on. Sorry, guys. I really want to get my point across, Just want to get my fucking point across. Now let's get it. So, Euro USD, same shit, right? Same shit, right? Excuse my language, guys, I'm just fucking it doesn't really matter to me. So I'll talk however I want. If you like it, I don't care. I don't make money from you guys. Don't sell courses. I don't sell anything. Honestly, I do. It's available, but no one buys it because I don't market it. So I'll curse if I fucking want to curse. So let's fucking get it. If you want to listen, listen up. So Euro USD, same shit. Indecisive, right? On the daily chart, we got this indecisive, all bullish liquidity above this 1.13900 key high, right? We've been in this range, though, at the moment. On the hourly chart, we do have this crown-like pattern. All buyers' liquidity is above this 1.13300 and this trend line listed. Look for bear traps to that level for the buy opportunity, or look for, bull traps to this level for the sell opportunity. Keep it very simple, but keep in mind that overall, all buyers' liquidity is above that 1.13900 key level, but we might need a little bit price action before that buy is valid. Euro USD, GBP Jpy weekly chart, we've been indecisive, just like everything else. Daily chart, indecisive, we're forming that U, all buyer liquidity above 151,900, right? On the hourly chart, we do have this crown-like pattern, all buyer liquidity above that trend line and that 150,750 high. If we get a breakout and we come back into value, we could look for short opportunities to the levels listed. If we drop below, look for bear traps for the buy opportunity up to the levels listed, motherfuckers. All right, so that's GBP Jpy. Now we're going to do, last but not least, gold. Even though we're going to explain the same fucking thing because everything is indecisive. So, gold, indecisive weekly. daily chart has this crown-like pattern, right? If you zoom in, we have this bullish engulfing, we have this impulse right now. Looks like we're pushing higher, right? All buyer liquidity above that 1813 high on the hourly chart. We don't really have much price action. We need to wait for price action, right? So on the 15-minute chart, as you can see, we got that impulse wave. All seller liquidity below the 1779 key level. Look for bear traps there for the buy opportunity up to, one of the key levels listed. Like I said, guys, don't get greedy. Measure your trades. Get your 1-to-1, 2-to-1. Play it by day. It's an indecisive fucking market, so you just want to, be in and out quick like a fucking snake. All right, guys, we are done. We are fucking done. If you guys got any questions, like I said, DM me, Instagram.com/0fucking-draw-drew. I'd be more than happy to help every single one of you guys out. Every single 5 of you guys out. I'm kidding. But you get the point. All right, guys. Keep it simple. Like I said, the holidays are coming up, so you don't want to ruin your fucking holidays. Love you all. Have a great fucking week, baby. Let's go.